Sorry, guys, I forgot to take my mute off. Right, this is just showing you that my day is going really, really bad. It gets going worse and worse and worse. Right, so unscheduled broadcast. I do apologise. I'm going to be doing an unboxing for Asset Drop Monsters. The reason I want to do this is because I think this is one of the best boxes I've ever received. I can't seem to change my camera angle. I think maybe I should have done the camera before I started the stream, but it's done now. We'll have to go with it. So now this is I call this the third series from Asset Drop. I signed up for Asset Drop about October, I think it was the first one that came out, maybe September. But I missed the first month and I signed up. I was going through a phase where all I'd ever used for painting was Citadel paints, and I've got nearly all of the Citadel paints, and I just kind of thought, right, there's got to be more to life. I see other painters using other paints, and I saw this Asset Drop come up, and I thought, what an opportunity to give it a go. If I don't get on with it, I'll cancel the subscription. That's fine. Cut a long story short, they've introduced two new boxes. They've introduced the Heroine, which is essentially it's a little bit of paint and a couple of models to paint, and then they've introduced this third one, monster box, monster sized box. And put it this way, I've not stopped any of them. So this month, what do we get? Well, first of all, we've got a base, and sometimes they like to rebase. Sorry, this is really, really awful. Now this is the base that we get with it. They also, sorry, Love Minis has just said they have one-off boxes. I did have a one-off which I missed. Right, so this is the base that came with it, and I'll show you the magazine, or I call it magazine, the pamphlet, and it shows you how to paint this. And I'm wondering, I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, is the focus the base or is the focus the monster? That sounds like a daft statement to make, but bear with me. So we also get, and this is, you're not going to see this, I do apologize, but this comes from Secret Weapon, and this is some little disemboweled body parts. You've got a human-sized torso, an arm, and a leg. And I'm going to make a joke here. You know what's coming. This didn't cost an arm and a leg. Ta-da! Right, so that's the base that you get with it. And then you get some paint. Now, this month, they seem to have gone with some watercolors. And this is Warm Grey 5, which is dark warm grey. Warm Grey 3, which is a medium. And then we've got Warm Grey 1, which is a bright highlights. Now, for anyone that's seen my stream, me talking about watercolors before, now I do already own these, but I'm not unhappy. The reason I'm not unhappy is because these are among my favorite paints. If Asset Drop gave me watercolors every month, I'd still be happy. I love them for the same reason a lot of people don't love them, which is that they're slightly transparent. And because they're transparent, it means you can blend the colors together. So they've given us these for a stone effect. And then they've also given us, again, there's just one word on here and I'm happy. Do you see that? Secret Weapon. They've given us a few secret weapons. I could pull them all out, but I'm not going to. And I love the Secret Weapon brand. Now, this one is Stonewash, or Stone. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you with this camera. But this is... Now, normally with Citadel, when you do stone or rocks or anything like that, the colours that you use is some greys, and then you give it a black wash, and then you give it gradually giving it lighter coats. And that works really well. But this one has been formulated to be a little bit more realistic. Let me see if I can move my light. Right. That's better, but not brilliant. That's quite a dark, but it's kind of a greeny color, almost like algae. If any of you own a fish tank, if you don't clean your fish tank with algae for a very, very long time, you're going to get all of that green buildup. That's essentially the color that this is. I'm not saying don't clean your fish tank just to find out the color. And then you also get, now we've had Serious Play before, and Serious Play, I do like them. Last month, two months ago, they gave us this woodland scatter. And that, I mean, look, you can see how good. I'm not brilliant, but this, it just looks so fantastic. So I'm liking the brand. Now, I do have some good 2mm. This is 2mm summer static grass, and I do have some already, and it is very good. So this is handy because now I can do a side-by-side comparison. For, you know, I've got a few paints where I've got the two colors side by side, and I can have a look at them and decide which one I like more. And more often than not, the ones that have been selected by Acid Drop are my favored ones. But now I can do it with grass. And that is the majority of it. Now, you notice I haven't shown you the monster yet. There's a very good reason for that. I think that, now obviously you're buying this box for the monster figure, and then what comes with it is all extras. But I'm just blown away by the extras. So what we have here, we have the little diagram. I'm really sorry about the quality. Next time I'll check my cameras. Now, what we've got here, this is the slate base that I showed you the very first. It explains how to paint it, and it's going to be using a technique that I haven't used very much. I have a choice of using stippling with a brush or using a sponge, and that's going to create a nice little stony effect. And then we're going to give that a wash with the stone, and then we're going to finalize the highlight. And you see that there's a little bit of a close-up. There we go. And then once we've done that, we're going to go into the soily bits, and then we're going to pop on some summer grass, and we're going to paint the torsos up, and we're going to place that. And that is what you're going to end up with. Now, this is why I haven't mentioned the monster, because that base there, if you stop there, you've got a really nice project. And then now I'll show you the monster, but that I'm really happy with that. If that was, I mean, obviously I wouldn't pay the price for that, but that's a really good project. The actual monster, it's by Mears Miniatures, which is a good brand. Their quality is good. When I opened this the first time, I said that I've had Mears Miniatures before, and I wasn't happy with the quality of the products that I bought. But I had a close look at this, and what my conclusion is that this is my own personal conclusion. Either you're better off buying the larger miniatures, or they've improved their quality process. Because if you, the quality on this, the detail, I'm very, very happy with that. Now, I can't really show you from an unassembled monster, but I do want to show you this. This is the body, and I'm giving you this body just for a size comparison. Now look at his weapon. There is absolutely no trickery involved there. He is about half the size. I think his weapon's going to sit in front of him like that. By the time you get the arms on him, it'll look something like that. That is an imposing model. Yeah, Love Minis just said, holy cow. So this is the model is a Galgutta Axe Kill Brute, and there's the picture of him. And as you can see, that is going to be amazing. Now, the next thing that I like about this, the actual weapon, it's a stone weapon. And that's going to actually be painted in exactly the same way as the stone slate. Boring, repetitive, you say? Here on. With the slate base, they're giving us a choice of either gently dabbing with a brush to get the stippling effect, or we can use a sponge. And then later on for the top highlight, we can either do an edge highlight or we can do a dry brush. So this is a good opportunity for me to try out two techniques. If I have one object to paint and I have two ways to paint it, I can either, well, I can only really pick one way to do it. Because we've got two centerpieces, that weapon is going to be the centerpiece, as is the base. What I can actually do is use two different techniques. If I use stippling on one, I'll use sponging on the other. So I think that that is an absolutely fantastic box. If you are able to, I mean, by all means, check out the site. This is my second monster box. It comes out every 2 months, not every month. I think this is because they want to source such a good model. If they are putting themselves under pressure to do a monthly model, you've always got that risk of rushing it. By having a fortnight, I keep calling it fortnightly, I'm so sorry. By having it bi-monthly, it gives them more time to source out a good model. Now, it was delayed the first month, and this was because they had quality issues. The model came out the second month, which was a forest troll. As you see, I've been working on him. I'm a lot slower than I'd like to be. But at the end of the day, if it takes me a little bit longer to give my full effort, that's absolutely fine. Now, I paint him on stream in the afternoons on Twitch, and that's where I'll be painting this Axe Kill Brute Murderer thing, whatever it's called. Now, let me tell you something else about Asset Drop that I think is wonderful. The first month, as I said, they had quality issues. So what they did is they delayed the box. Now, I'm pretty sure that they are well aware that by delaying a box, they could lose subscribers. You know, if you fail to deliver on the very first month, a lot of people would go, yeah, okay, they're no good, I'm not going to bother. So they knew that risk. But if they put out a substandard quality product, then again, they risk losing subscribers. But I'm very happy that they've gone, yeah, this just isn't good enough. I'm going to actually delay it. Now, this month, I think they've gone even better. They actually enclosed a quick note. Now, this monster, it comes from a game called Darklands, I think. I've not played it, and I don't play many games because I'm very much, I've become, rather than restricting myself to one army in one game, I've now opened up now to say, I'll paint what I like. Now, this comes from, I believe the game is called Darklands. And obviously, like all good games, each character has lore behind them. And they were actually going to include a booklet all about the lore. Now, having a booklet about the lore doesn't affect the painting in any way whatsoever. Excuse me, I'm just getting dry throat. Sorry, that's better. So they had these booklets and they noticed that they got damaged in transit. Now, what do you do? If they're damaged in transit, well, I think the easy way out is to just not include the booklets. Don't tell anybody. If people weren't expecting it, then they're not going to miss it, are they? But no. They send us a little note, apologise, and they say, we're going to get some new booklets in and they're going to get sent out to you. How wonderful is that? I mean, they could have copied the booklet and said, oh, it's going to appear on the website. Give us 2 weeks or something. So, yeah, more kudos to Asset Drop. I'm people talk about Warhammer fanboys, or in my case, fangirl. Maybe I'm becoming a bit of an Asset Drop fangirl, but I think it's all good reason to be. The product is well thought out. It's all planned. It's not simply a case of that's nice, let's sling it in the box. It's all designed to go together. So yeah, I've stopped doing ratings in the meantime. Well, for the last 6 months or so. Some people disagree with the rating, so I've changed my rating system to a word system. So it'll either be awful, okay, average. So I'm going to rate this absolutely awesome. I can't fault it. So yeah, so that is my unboxing. Thank you very much for watching. If anybody from Asset Drop is watching, thank you very much. Another excellent box. Now they did, I believe they posted something. I can't remember where else. Oh, it's an email. Now I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal this because it was sent by email, but I'm going to assume I can. Next monster box looks like it's going to be the best ever. They haven't revealed anything major, but it looks like it's going to come with multiple heads. So you've got a choice of heads and the magnets to magnetize them. How fantastic is that? So that means I'll have some product. I mean, I've got magnets and I could do a session on magnetizing. Excuse me, sorry. Because I do a back to basics on a Monday night. So I could actually do a magnetizing session. But to be sent these products by Asset Drop, brilliant. And of course, somebody's going to get some publicity for their magnets. Because the big question is, where do you buy these? When you use a product that isn't primarily designed for the miniature painting world, you've got to start looking elsewhere. So it's nice that we've got companies coming on board that aren't directly related to the miniature painting world. So right, that's it, guys. I'm going to end the unboxing there. Fantastic unboxing. When I get the chance, I will put the link to Asset Drop in the box below. In the meantime, it's www.asset, A-S-S-E-T, I've forgotten it, ASSETDROP.co. Give them a look. Absolutely brilliant. And tomorrow afternoon on Twitch, there will be another unboxing, and this will be the Discovery. It did actually come out last week. My postman tried to deliver on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I wasn't in. So you will probably won't recognize this if you're outside of the UK, but I got one of these lovely "sorry we missed you" letters. So I had it rescheduled to go to the post office today, popped in my dinner break, and I've got there before the postman. So unfortunately, I don't have it yet. I'm sure you'll see unboxing videos pop up on YouTube. But I'm going to pop into the post office later on. And so I will be doing that unboxing tomorrow. Let me check my times. 1 o'clock UK time. So that's that will be on Twitch. If you never watched Twitch, give it a Google, give it a watch. You don't need to register an account to watch, I don't think, but you do need to register an account to take part in the community. So that's it's kind of a try before you buy. Have a watch of a couple of streams, and if you don't like it, that's fine. You haven't registered or anything. And Love Minis has said that they're Asset Drop are a great company. I don't know many people who don't like them. There's a lot of loot box style, mystery box kind of companies out there. Asset Drop has played a bit of a dangerous game in that they've really focused what they're doing. I've seen boxes out there where they had, say, a Star Wars theme, and you get stickers and socks and toys. Excuse me. And if you're a Star Trek or Star whatever fan, you'd be tempted to sign up for that. But um, yeah, sorry, Love Minis just reminded me it's free to watch Twitch. It doesn't cost anything, even if you register an account. It costs the same as YouTube, basically. Um, but obviously, with YouTube being more established, people have got used to YouTube. Twitch is a little bit newer and a little bit scarier until you actually try it. And I must confess, I didn't like Twitch at first because I don't like change. I'll be honest with you there. But it's just one of those things you got to give it a go. So yeah, um, when you do a broad subject, you're going to run into products that people don't like. Give someone a air freshener, car air freshener. Yeah, it's nice, but I don't own a car, so what do I want with a car air freshener? Um, when you're dealing with just paints, you're narrowing the market. Now, if you're in the market for paints, it's a brilliant box. If you're in the market for miniatures, then it's a terrible box. If you're after paints or you're after miniatures, would you want to buy a box that has 50/50? Because if you don't want the paints, you're paying all that money just for some miniatures. So Asset Drop has played. I'm going to describe it as a bit of a dangerous game, and they've come out really, really well. It's a lot of planning, and I know every time I email Asset Drop, the reply always comes back. Sorry it took so long to reply, Penny. We've been busy doing this, that, or the other. And what they seem to class as a long time to reply is like, I'll send them an email in the morning and they'll send me an email back in the evening saying, sorry it took so long to reply. And I'm like, wow, you've responded within 6 hours and it's a long time. Right. So, guys, unfortunately, I need to go back to work. But I'm hopefully you've enjoyed me sharing this with you. Um, and yeah, consider buying a box off them. If you, I mean, I don't necessarily know about the monsters, but if you don't paint miniatures, maybe maybe with the heroines box could be a good way for you to get into painting, because you get some paints and some of it's going to work. Or if you want, I don't know. I mean, what's easier, painting small miniatures or painting big miniatures? I'm not sure. So, but the only drawback with Asset Drop obviously is that you don't know what you're going to get. You might get something that you find awful, but then that's the fun of it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully I'll catch some of you on Twitch tomorrow. If you're watching this after I'm streaming tomorrow, this is Thursday, talking about streaming on a Friday, but you might be watching on a Saturday, or talking about last week. Sorry, I'm going off on one. I tend to stream on Twitch every afternoon. I also stream on a Monday evening where I do my back to basics, and I stream on a Friday evening where I do, depending on which week of the month it is, but sometimes I do the Millennium Falcon, sometimes I do the Harley Davidson, and sometimes I do Lego. Basically, I do whatever I enjoy doing. Maybe my channel is badly named. Maybe my channel should be called Penny's Hobbies, or what Penny likes to do on her time off. So Love Minis has said thanks for the unboxing. Very much appreciated. I'm just happy to share this with you. I do feel that this is a happy sharing, caring community. And it's all good fun. So with that, I'm not very good at signing off. Do you know what? I nearly wanted to say who should we raid next? I'm so used to streaming on Twitch. Normally we raid someone and we go over and watch someone else's channel, because I can't do that on this. So Take care, guys. I'm off in 3, 2, 1, and goodbye.